So Boogie probably fake cancer, which is not a turn I necessarily expected in this drama. And you might be confused on who this guy is, because at this point, he was popular when I was growing up watching YouTube. And nowadays, he's more infamous than famous, and I see why. Boogie's entire history of the internet is interesting, depressing, and just kind of insane. He started off making videos about this character called Francis, and Francis was just like an angry video game nerd, and he really popped on with that kind of stuff, and he had like, you know, the physique for it. But back when YouTube was just starting out, this stuff was viral. Like, this was like the front page of YouTube. And over time, he transitioned from just being the Francis character into talking more about his personal life and himself. And then people got attached to him because they're like, wow, this guy is so wholesome chungus. But over time, the mask slipped. And people noticed on his live streams, he was like a totally different person. Like, he was not wholesome chungus on Twitch. And people didn't like that much. So people just slowly stopped watching him. But since Boogie blew up on YouTube before it was like really monetized, he didn't make a lot of money in the early days when he was getting the most views. And then the money he did make, he didn't spend it very well. So he became not very wealthy very fast. And then Boogie was just kind of struggling for a while. And then one day, he just makes a video called I Am Finally Rich, How Crypto Made Me Rich. And this was uploaded 3 years ago, and it's not even what you think. This is not a crypto scam. He invested money into crypto and made a lot of money off of it. Like, this is a real success story. Now, I think it's kind of a weird video to post. It's a weird phrasing for sure. I am finally rich. Either way, this video aged like milk, because he then later revealed he basically lost all of it in the market, because crypto is kind of fickle. That's a big problem with it. So he didn't pull out in time and lost a bunch of money. I don't know why he didn't pull out when he made the video saying, I am finally rich. That was the obvious thing to do in my opinion, but you know, whatever. So after Boogie lost money in crypto, he then decided to recently promote a scam coin. Yeah, it's called Fatty Coin, and this coin is a scam coin. It was just a pump and dump scheme. It literally shot up and then instantly dropped down. This was a scam, and I think it's pretty scummy to promote a scam token at all to begin with, but especially when you lost money on crypto, and when he lost that money, he begged his audience to give him more money. And then after they bailed him out with like 100 grand, a year or so later, he tries to scam them with Fatty Token. That's scum behavior. And then he also did some weird Andrew Tate bit to promote it. It's almost like it's trying to parody people who do scam coins, but like he literally did a scam coin. He is the person he is parodying in his own promotion video. I don't understand it, but it is incredibly scummy to make a video flexing your wealth, saying you're rich now, and then like a year later begging for help because you spent it on dumb things, and then the audience that bailed you out, you scammed them. That's insane. And then with the most recent news, it gets so much worse. So Boogie went on his live stream called LolCal Live, and he did not go on stream to talk about this. It was supposed to just be a normal stream for him, but then he was asked about his cancer because it didn't add up. And when he was asked about it, the first thing he did was guilt trip people and say something along the lines of, you're just gonna make a video called Boogie Fake Cancer. And yeah, because you did. Like, that's crazy, dude. But then throughout this live stream, he's offered more and more money to just show his diagnosis. And he won't do it. And for a guy that needs money really bad and will scam his audience to get that money, not accepting like, I think it was 80 grand to just show your diagnosis, not even like to the stream, to the people asking because they want to confirm, like, that's crazy. Now I have to say, Boogie didn't say he faked his diagnosis, okay? It's not confirmed in the sense that he said he did it. It's confirmed in the sense of everything points to it, and if you ignore it, you're really dumb. Like, seriously, in what world does it make sense that anyone would refuse 80 grand to show their cancer diagnosis that they have? Why would anyone refuse that? Why? If you actually had cancer, why would you pass up on a free 80 grand? I also hate when people lie about this kind of stuff, because all this does is make people very distrustful of people. So when people actually need help for real conditions, they can't get it because people are distrustful because Boogie scam people, or people in general scam people. If you've ever been scammed before or tricked or deceived, you have a distrust in people that never goes away, and all this does is perpetuate that. And then after the conversation went on for a little bit and he was bombarded because he faked cancer, he got naked on stream, and then yeah, that's it. And then shortly after the stream, he deleted his Twitter. So thank you to everyone who took screenshots of all the tweets I've used, because I didn't get the originals. Also, if you're new, please subscribe. Thank you. I appreciate it. Now, obviously, I think this is disgusting. His audience has given him so much money over the years, and scamming them and faking cancer are insane things to do. But I guess Boogie playing the sympathy game is not new for him. This has kind of been his whole career. He's just played the sympathy game to get people to like him. That's pretty much it. And these are definitely some pretty broad assumptions of his character. For sure, I get that. But like, I've seen this dude on the website for literally like 10 years at this point, and he's like always done this. This is not new. And the lying about such extreme things, that is more or less new. Playing for sympathy, he's always done that. Now you might be asking, where did it all go wrong for Boogie? He had so much going for him. And honestly, I couldn't tell you. There's a lot of reasons. For what I can tell, his life's kind of been a perpetual train wreck, and it's really just been his fault. Like, he self-sabotages constantly. The biggest thing I remember that happened a little bit ago was that time someone came to his house and he pulled a gun on them and shot it in the air. That was probably where things got really bad, because that was like incredibly dangerous and just really dumb to do. And he definitely came off as an insane person. That was definitely a big negative moment for him. And that whole crypto thing thing where he made a bunch of money was also a pretty big negative for him. And there's also that documentary that he agreed to do, and I don't know why he agreed to do that, like, actually. It doesn't make him look good. Like, yeah, it's really sad and depressing, but you watch it and you're like, bro, you're doing this to yourself the entire time. It just made him look like a bad person. And when it came to his cancer diagnosis, it's not like he said it one time and just like never said it again. He repeatedly doubled down on it, saying things like, yes, I have a specific type of cancer that requires you losing weight, which I feel like if you lost weight with like any kind of cancer, you would have better chance of surviving. Being overweight is just bad for your health in general. Trust me, I know. And he also said he did the crypto thing to pay for his medical bills. So him not accepting the 80K to show his diagnosis is extra weird. Like, supposedly he's doing all these terrible things to pay for his medical bill. And then multiple people collectively offered him 80 grand to just show his diagnosis that would potentially pay for like a good chunk of his treatment, and he wouldn't show it. That's really weird. He also plays the victim really hard when people make videos about him. And like, I don't think I've ever made a video about him until now. So you really can't do that with me, pal. I really don't feel bad. And honestly, I think he's gotten away with way more than he should have. Scamming people, faking cancer, like that's crazy. This whole Boogie arc should have ended when he pointed in the air and shot a firearm. That's where it should have ended. The fact that it got to this point is crazy. I think he's gotten an insane amount of leeway from people, and all he does is complain. And he also claimed and insisted that no one would buy his coin, which I don't know why he would. Like, if you assume no one was gonna buy it, why even promote it at all? And then like, clearly people did buy it. Like the graph spikes way high and then drops way low. And something about Boogie's situation that annoys me as a YouTuber is that he doesn't try. He's constantly complaining about needing money. I need money, please give me money. And then he doesn't upload anything. This dude made a video about mowing his lawn and got 40K views and doesn't post anything. What are you doing? If he just did his job, I don't think he would be having as many problems. He'd probably still have some issues, but I don't think they'd be as drastic as they currently are. And before someone in the comments is like, hey, Boogie had a hard childhood. I know, and that sucks. But now, there's a lot of people that might have just lost their life savings because he part of the scam coin. And there's also a lot of people that aren't gonna trust people the same way because they gave this guy money because they thought he had cancer. It's kind of hard to care that his childhood was difficult. Because the crypto scam thing, as much as they're obviously scams, usually people who are falling into those scams are pretty desperate. A lot of the crypto scam stuff is literally just preying on people who are in dire straits who need money. So for him to scam that audience after they gave him 100 grand when he lost money on his own dumb investments, that's insane to me. That is morally bankrupt. And I think a lot of people in general look at Boogie as a spectacle because they see what he could have had and what he fumbled. Because he really just did fumble everything. Like, if you're a viewer on YouTube, you probably intuitively know that Boogie could just make it work. But he doesn't. He doesn't try, he doesn't change anything, he doesn't do anything differently. He is the definition of insanity. And it's like, he needs all this money, but he doesn't do his job. And people can just see that. It's front and center. Like, he still gets like 500,000 views a month and he barely uploads. If he just posted, most of his problems would go away. But he doesn't want to do his job, he wants to scam people instead. He really has gotten too much leeway. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like and subscribe. New follow me on Twitter @spatnz1. Click that to check out more of my content and have a good one.